Hi, I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, so my kids are in the next room. I'm sure they will come in, barge in, and just cause a ruckus. So it is what it is. That's what stay-at-home moms who also work do. But I wanted to talk today about being mentally free in 2023, since we only have like a handful of days, I think like 10 or less, before the new year, and New Year's resolutions are coming up. I want to tell you a little bit about myself in case you didn't know. My name is Kara Bossmeyer. I have a husband, Ian, and I have two boys. Paxton is currently 3, Porter is 1.5, and then we have one on the way. I'm 14 weeks. So we're really excited and really busy. And then in my spare time, when I'm not doing Beachbody, I am also a stay-at-home mom, and I do hair. I'm a hairstylist on Fridays and some Saturdays. So anyway, thanks again for being here. I'll try to make it quick because I know everyone's busy, especially around the holidays. But the reason I wanted to do this is because, I am a big goal planner, and I love setting goals and making lists and staying organized. And so it's that time of year for me to make my New Year's resolutions. And I start getting really excited about thinking like, what do I want to accomplish in 2023? I have a lot of things. I have a baby coming. Like, what are we going to do? And in doing that, I pulled out my 2022 goals and I start reading through them, and I'm like, what the heck? I have not accomplished any of the goals that I wanted to accomplish in 2022. And why have I not accomplished them? And I think I start evaluating, what did I even do in 2022 and how did I lose track? So 3 months in, it's, and I'm sure I'm not alone on this, you start falling off, right? And then 6 months in, you don't even remember your goals, and you become like you're stuck in this rut and you don't even realize it because that starts becoming your reality. And so this year, I wanted to take a different approach to it on how to make these goals sustainable, and how to not get in that rut, or once I get close to the edge, how to refocus and get back on this path. And instead of having roadblocks, maybe just have a couple speed bumps. I'm big on analogies, so stay with me. First off, I want you to rate your belief in yourself. I'll say that again. Rate the belief that you have in yourself. And if it's not a 10, ask yourself why. So when I asked myself this, because it was definitely not a 10, for me, it's my imperfections and being vulnerable. I do not like being vulnerable. I have all my walls and guards up, and I am on the outside. I did this same talk last night to our team, and one of the team members who I've known for a long time, she was like, I didn't know, like, you always seem so perfect, and I didn't know you struggle with depression or anxiety, or you have these issues, because you come off so strong and bold and confident, and like I have a love-hate for that. So I'm glad that I come off that way, but I don't want to come off as fake, because that's not what I want to represent. And so I'm really working on opening up and being genuine, and like knowing that nobody is perfect, because feeling the need to be perfect is what's failing me, and that's what's holding me back. Another thing that's holding me back, or that used to really hold me back, is my past. I don't know why I struggle with this so much, but I feel like I have to say this because I don't feel this way anymore, but I used to feel like I've ruined my life. The one life that God has given me, I fucked it up. And there's no coming back from that, is what I used to believe. And a year ago, I would look at my life and think, how did I get here? And like why am I here? And like, I'm not deserving of this beautiful blessing that I currently have, like an amazing life that I've created with my husband and our 2 kids and our one on the way, and the house that we have built together. It's honestly so beautiful. I didn't think that I was deserving of that. And now I look at it way differently. I see it as a beautiful introduction to where I'm headed, to what God has in store for me. Um, and I love that I am able to be free from my past and not let that bother me or hold me back anymore. I just love that it's now a beautiful introduction to what's to come. And I think that God wouldn't want me to see it any other way. He knows that people make mistakes and people ask for forgiveness, and you move on and you do better. And I think that that's the most important, is to get out of that rut and to keep going and to keep doing better. I have notes over here. We have to see our daily life and our future self the way God does. I'll read it again. We have to see our daily life and our future self the way God does. I consider it a sin now that I have worked through my past and it's not holding me back. If it was to still hold me back, I'd consider it a sin, because that's not what God has in store for me. That's not the potential that God has for me. And I feel like I wouldn't be living up to my full potential if I sat around dwelling on something that I couldn't control. I think God would also, be really disappointed if he saw, I got through my entire life and I didn't use the resources that he has provided for me, this beautiful, the beautiful people that he's put in my life, the groups that I have joined, the friends that I have, the sisters, the parents that I have, the awesome community that has now surrounded me. I truly believe that God has placed them in my life on purpose, and this beautiful world that God has created, if I'm not taking it, I don't want to say advantage, but if I'm not using those resources to live up to my full potential, it's a sin, you guys. Like, that's not our purpose, is just to like wake up, scroll TikTok every day and like, go to sleep and eat all the ding dongs and ho-hos. There's so much more to it. And so our past, we just have to look at it as our past and a beautiful introduction to our future. Our past is not something, it's something that is going to help challenge us. It's going to help teach us. It's going to help mold us, but it doesn't define us. And that is such an important thing to remember, is it doesn't define who we are. In looking at my goals in 2022, I had a word written at the top and like circled a million times, and the word is legacy. The reason I wrote the word is because I really was like, what do I want to become? And I was like really driven, and I'm very money driven and oriented. And so I was like, I want to save this certain amount of money, and I want to retire in 5 or 10 years, and I want my house paid off, and I want to go on family trips. And although those are like great goals and like really good things to work towards, like that's not our sole purpose in life, right? That's not like why we're here. So I wanted to leave a legacy for my kids and for my husband, for my parents, or whoever. If I was not around tomorrow, when my family walks around the community, what are people saying about me? Because I know that the one person I absolutely have always adored, and I wish she was still around, is my grandma. The most genuine, humble, sweet, non-judgmental, loving person. Oh, she's just like, she's the absolute best. And I think she left a great legacy, because when I walk around, I'm from a smallish city, and when I walk around and people are like, "Oh, you're Marianne's granddaughter." I loved her so much. She actually came to my baptism and she brought me a Bible. And oh, I'm gonna cry. It's such a good story. And she was an amazing person. People would say, like, she was genuine and she was heartfelt, and nobody talked about her money. Nobody talked about how well dressed she was. Like, they're always talking about how genuine and loving and caring and big-hearted she was. And so that's where I think I messed up in 2022, because I focused on leaving a legacy money-wise, financial-wise, but not loving-wise, not long-term looking at who I actually want to become as a person. And so my goals for 2023 are similar, but they have shifted in how I want to get there. My word this year is peace. I want peace. I picture like the perfect world, right? Where there's all these people and like they're just like my grandma. They're so big-hearted, non-judgmental, just full of love and full of peace, where there's no depression, no anxiety, because nobody's gossiping, nobody's talking about anyone. We're not following politics or Kim Kardashian on Instagram, and we're not scrolling TikTok, and we're not pretending to be someone that we're not. I feel like that we cannot have peace when energy is being focused on social media, on TikTok, on politics, on reality TV, that's my jam, on the news, any negative activities. If when it's focused around drinking and friends and gossip, these are the things that start dragging us down and start getting us in that rut. And that's what I firmly believe that's what happened to me in 2022. This year, I started off strong. I was so confident in my goals. And then, reality hit. And, we start prioritizing these silly things like politics and social media, and we don't even realize that we're prioritizing them. And then it becomes our reality. That is our life. That's what we wake up. The first thing we're looking to do is not to better ourselves. It's to see what somebody else is doing on social media. It's to see what the next president of the United States is going to tweet. It's not how are we bettering ourselves to better our future, to better our kids and our grandkids' lives. It just becomes a way of life. And without even knowing it, we start going, spiraling down deep in depression. And I know for me, once I start gossiping to my friends, I wake up the next day and my anxiety's out of control. Well, why? Because I know that if I'm gossiping, they're probably gossiping. And the second I turn my back, I don't trust anyone, because I don't even trust what's coming out of my mouth. And so I think that it's time for us to start focusing more on how to bring peace and start eliminating these silly things that we have created, that we have made priorities in our life that should not be priorities. What if throughout the process of us becoming more, okay, here we go. What if throughout the process of us becoming more, we ditch the people, the gossip, the conversations, the judgment, anything that doesn't serve us? I'll say it again. We should ditch anything that doesn't serve us. Like, that sounds pretty easy. Deleting the silly apps and, getting those notifications off of your phone. What if we start leading with our hearts, with only the very best intentions towards ourselves? Because I think a lot of us, we might gossip about somebody else, but we are tearing ourselves down inside. And what if we start leading with our hearts and with only the very best intentions towards ourselves and others every single day? Like, could you imagine? I'm like, I'm in awe. I couldn't imagine what a more perfect world to live in. How many times have you ever said, when I am successful, I will be happy? Because that's what I thought. That's what I thought that this year, my goals, that if I exceed these goals, if I make it to pass my goals in 2022, that's going to make me happy. Then, the first step to finding happiness and success in our life is actually us, right? Like, that is kind of like a, oh fuck moment. Like, I don't know how else to say that, but like, how shitty is that it's us that's holding us back? It's not anyone else. It's not my kids being sick, my husband staying late at work. It's not, I don't know, any excuse that you've ever made. That is not a legit excuse. It's you. It's you that's not doing the damn thing. And so happiness is what did I write? Happiness is one of the only things. Whew, that was hard. Happiness is one of the only things that we're actually able to control. When people aren't happy, that is like, when I am not happy, like, it's me. It's me that has to change that around. Like, it's not my husband walking in the door, like, trying to make me happy. It's like, well, you made me mad today. It's like, yes, maybe his actions were a little frustrating or annoying, but I chose to get angry. And I know, like, it gets the best of us sometimes, but we are in control. We are the only ones in control of our happiness. So my question is, how do we control it long term? It's time for us to find the higher version of ourselves by evaluating our life. Who are we currently, and who do we want to be? We have to stop making excuses, because everyone has stressors, and nobody's stressors are more important than somebody else's. Like, your life doesn't suck any more than somebody else's. It might, but like, for the most part, like, these stressors start becoming excuses. And in doing that, it causes roadblocks, not speed bumps, roadblocks. And ultimately, it leads to laziness. And you guys, that's what happened to me. 6 months into 2022, I became lazy. I became in this rut where I was comfortable just not exceeding. And I didn't even realize it until now. I'm looking at my goals and I'm saying, I'm mad. I'm mad at myself, because I don't think that 2022 was a wasted year. There was a lot of beautiful and great memories that I have made. Excuse me. But I did not do what I wanted to do. I did not accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. And that fucking pisses me off. So, sorry. I hope I don't cuss too much. So we are responsible for making our goals and our dreams come true. Like, we are ultimately the only ones that can make that come true. So we have to be intentional. Every day we have to be intentional. We have to stay focused. Guys, our kids are watching us. Your grandkids are watching you. We have to be confident. We have to bring all the joy. We have to bring the light. We have to be the light for these young kids, for ourselves. Nobody else can do that for us. None of us want to die, but we're all struggling to live. How do we live? Aliveness is a choice. How do we continue to stay focused and live fully? I believe that the first thing we have to do is find meaning in every moment. We have to find a life that's meaningful, and here comes my kids. We have to do it right now.
Mom, put it made a mess with the water.
Oh, okay, I'll be right there, okay? Thank you. Gotta love 3-year-olds. Our dreams are as big as we allow them to be. Like, we have to dream big, and then it's our responsibility to make those dreams happen. Okay, so picture this, right? We're throwing small pebbles behind us, and we're going through life, and we're throwing small pebbles, and then we turn around and we see this giant mountain of consistency that we have created. Like, we have to keep going. We have to be consistent throughout our life. And guess what? The best part is when we turn around and we see that mountain of consistency, our kids get to climb it. Your grandkids get to climb that mountain of consistency that you have created in your life for them. And that's fucking amazing, you guys. Okay, we're almost done because I know my kids are like, they're ready to play with kinetic sand. Okay, so I think it's time to reprogram ourselves. And there's some things, I'm going to try and say it quickly, but there's some things that I know will help us. And there might be some things that are just like not tickling your fancy. That's fine. I want you to try them and be open-minded about them. The first thing is I want you to read Miracle Morning. I'm not a reader, so I'm going to tell you, you can listen to it as an audible. Miracle Morning, it's so good. It's a 5-hour listen. Listen to it throughout the next 10 days. It's so good. It changed my life. I know, at least for the first 6 months of 2022, it's going to change my life again. I just have to stick with it. Affirmations. If you don't have affirmations written down, please get with me. I would love to get on a call with you, or maybe that's the next call I can talk about is my affirmations. And I know I have them and they're in like, I know exactly where they're at, but I'm going to actually hang them up in my bathroom where I'm there constantly, multiple times a day. I can read them, and you guys, read them out loud. Okay, third thing is turn off your damn notifications. Turn off the notifications to Domino's telling you at 4 o'clock on a Friday you need to order a pizza.
Mom.
Here comes Porter. Turn off your TikTok notifications. Can you say hi? It's like those things are distracting you throughout all day. Facebook, turn off your dang Facebook notifications. Anything that's not bringing you joy. Honestly, anything, I think anything
How
but...
did it go?
Uh-oh, where'd it go? Anything but email, I don't know, email, text message, phone calls, no other notifications need to be on. Turn them off. I am going to start journaling. We're going to start journaling because I have really focused on going to therapy. Ian and I have gone to couples counseling over this past year. No, look. There you go. And that has helped so much, where I'm able just to learn more about myself. And I think it helps me be less biased when, now that I'm able to kind of read myself a little bit more, I'm ready to start journaling and just, I don't know who you journal to yourself or just about how your day went. And I think in leading to that, I think that writing down my wins, previously I used to wake up and do gratitude every day, which can't see, which I think gratitude is still great, like if that works for you, but sometimes I would start writing down silly things like coffee brings me all the joy, and like that I just don't think was, oh, let's leave it alone. I don't think that was actually like being beneficial. So what I'm going to start doing instead is writing down my wins for the day. I'll tell a quick story if Porter lets me. Here, take this to your brother. Oh, get the tractor. I have a friend on my Beachbody team, and her husband did couples counseling a while back, and for 1 month they each had a jar with popsicle sticks in them, and they had to evaluate each other at the end of each day for 1 month, and they had to take a popsicle stick away if they didn't live up to be like a good husband or good wife, essentially. And I think that is maybe something that you need to do with yourself.
Mom, my backpack.
You found a backpack. Thank you, honey. My kids are like
No.
so ready for me to be done.
Backpack.
Oh, backpack. Here you go. Let me open it. So doing your wins for the day, reading them out loud to your spouse, I think is on a whole nother level, because you reading your wins, like if I had to read my gratitude book out loud to Ian, he'd be like, oh, you're grateful for bird singing. Like, I just think that sometimes there's more to life than silly things like that. So being able to evaluate your, like, the end of each day. Oh my Lord. Okay, a couple more things. I want you guys to figure out what your love language is. I want you to figure out your Enneagram if you don't know it. I'm an 8, which might surprise most people, but I'm an 8 wing 7. Please comment, message me. I want to know what your numbers are. I want to know what your love language is. If you're not doing personal development, please get with me. I would also love to help find a personal development for you. I love listening to podcasts. I am a Beachbody coach, so I literally typed in Christian Beachbody coaches, and I listen to, like, I don't even know her name, and it's great, and it just helps me be a better person. Turn off NPR, turn off Fox News, and start making better choices that serve you. Okay, I think that's everything that I want to say. Thank you guys so much. 25 minutes, that's a long time to listen. So if you're still here out of all the craziness and me just rambling on, I really appreciate it. I know it helps me, and I hope it helps you. And this is just the beginning to finding peace in our lives. It's time to, refocus our energy, and where we're focusing our energy is where it's going to flow. So just remember that as you go into the holiday season, and you have to be with all the love and chaos. I hope that you find peace. So love you guys. Thanks for listening.